Good evening, New Zealand and the world. Lucas Lawmans, Kiwi Voice. We're here in Parklands at the Recreation Centre, and you'll see behind us we've got a decent crowd here for the Freedom and Rights Coalition Central Christchurch Freedom Meeting. It's just kicking off now, as we can hear, with Derek speaking, so we're going to get amongst it, see what it's all about, and give you a report. Let's go check it out.
Tonight's meeting really comes down to this: solutions. Because, as we all know, I think there's a lot more people outside of this meeting. Apparently there's a lot of meetings happening tonight in different areas and different places. I'm going to try to endeavour to get everybody together to have one big meeting, which would be cool, I think, and invite a few different people along to speak and that sort of thing. And it's around our freedoms. The Bill of Rights, freedom to choose, because that's what I've been heavily involved in. I've tended to talk about what are the solutions. So with the Freedom and Rights Coalition, our theme, our kaupapa, our focus has always been around your freedom to choose. If you're sitting here and you choose to get the jab, cool, I respect your choice, as long as you do your due diligence. If you choose not to get the jab, cool, I respect your choice, as long as you do your due diligence. But I think the elephant in the room, and I think the beast, if I can put it like that needs to be slain, is the government, is the political corruption that is happening in our nation is just off the charts, and it's getting worse now. I realise in the last 2 years, and if I look at the freedom movement as such, there's still division when it comes to being political or not. Personally, for the life of me, I don't know how people cannot be political now, because if that's the problem, then that's the solution. Fight. It's an ideology. Fight. It's a fight for our children, for our future, for our country. So I firmly believe in our flag, and I have respect to my Māori brothers who walk around with Tina Rangatira flag. I believe that the best people, I don't care if you're short, tall, rich, poor, black or white, if you're the best person for the job, male or female, then you're my man or my lady, my woman. You're the one for the job. Yeah, be careful what I say there. My wife's sitting there. Bobby up there, she can introduce herself, and when she does, you'll see why I asked her to say a few words here. So Bobby, thank you.
As I say often, as part of my survival, no expectations, no disappointments. I'm Bobby Mayer, and I'm a very concerned ratepayer. Our local representatives in form of the Christchurch City Council were elected to serve the needs of the people of Christchurch. In my opinion, they have totally dishonoured that commitment. They're politically biased, fiscally irresponsible, and morally bankrupt. They do not listen to the voices of the people, rather they attempt to stifle those voices and penalise anyone who would question their narrative and their actions. Local council has lost its way. It fumbles from one crisis to another without the wherewithal or desire to serve the people of this once proud city. There are major issues that need addressing by a responsible council of the people, not the least of which being Three Waters, rates increases, LGNZ, Bromley wastewater plant, the sports stadium, crime, transport and infrastructure. Solutions to these problems need to be sound, simple and fiscally responsible. It is not just the physical beauty of our city that we value, but more than this, it is the people. And we the people have not been heard or heeded by our Christchurch City Council servants. Our citizens are born of the can-do and will-do attitude, but we have been muted by our so-called representatives and disarmed under their dictates. Now is the time for true representatives of the people to take back the reins and serve the people of Christchurch. Now is the time for greater unity, action and strength of resolve to regain that which is ours, our city. A city that will set the standard for other cities. A city that we are proud to call our own. Excuse the slight shaking going on here. And taking back management of our city through local elections, we can effect such an outcome. It is my belief that this will not be accomplished, and this is just my personal belief, that it will not be accomplished through political party affiliations and influences. Rather through individuals who share a passion for our city and a commitment to enact those things that are required for a safe, stable and democratically run city. This is a call to action. Elections for mayor and councillors is October the 8th. We need your involvement, whether as a candidate for council or as a volunteer. Those who choose to be active, there will be paperwork over from the table later on, if you'd like to fill that in. I thank you very much for your time. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name's Sally and I'm planning on running to the Linwood ward. I have 4 children, married for almost 20 years and moved here 17 years ago. I'm currently just waiting on my citizenship being approved, but as soon as that goes through, we'll be full force ahead. We are going to be looking at Bromley wastewaters, children in the area that need support groups, elderly that need support groups, and just basically coming together as a community. That's my focus. Thank you.
Kia ora, so my name's Rob, and a bit about me. I'm a coordinator for VFF and the South East Group. So yeah, I mean, I'm really passionate about our cause. So for me personally, I have nothing really to stop me from running for council. So I haven't got really any curves or anything like that. And so my main focus is just doing things for our people. My main thing is I care so much about our people, all of our people. And I'm passionate about people, and that's why I want to do as much as I can for our people. A lot of the stuff that Derek says is 100% my belief as well. I'm here really just to empower people to run for council as well, if you can. And we'll, like myself and Sally, are going to go around the VFF groups and try and empower our people here to run as well. That's me. I'll be running for the Heathcote's walk, and that's it. Thank you.
So whatever your itch is, we can stretch it by getting it locally. Councillors, and also running for mayor. So
putting me on the spot, that's all right. I'm Colleen. I've lived in Christchurch most of my life, and probably the reason I'm standing is because I've been caught up with it all. Really, got a bit carried away. My background is I'm a chartered accountant, and I think who better to hold them accountable than me. So I don't mind them spending our money, but I just want to make sure that they spend it on the right things with our say.
Being put on the spot as well. So I'm Bob Gordon. I'm also not a citizen of this country. I'm a permanent resident. I have 5 passports. Well, I can have 5 passports. But New Zealand is my home. I've been here for 33 years. My children were born here. Christchurch is my home. And I'm disgusted with what's happened in the last couple of years. Colleen's my partner, and we often talk about what we're going to do, not complain about what's happening. And one of my passports is Italian, and my mum's Southern Italian, and the way they solve problems over there is with shotguns and concrete shells. Now, I'm not saying we should do that. It's a bad idea. That's more what I feel rather than what I think. And I think that something drastically needs to change. And it's great to see you guys, and when I go to the marches at Cranmer Square, all the freedom fighters, I just hope there's enough of us to actually take back our country and our freedoms. Like, one of my highest values is freedom. And I really hate it when my freedom is curtailed, especially the way it has been done. So I'm going to be talking to Sally about what I need to do to become a New Zealand citizen. But yeah, look out.
We'll just make them an offer they can't refuse.
So we're now 50 minutes into this thing, and the common theme that has definitely come through once again is how we're going to unite the smaller parties. So there was around 3 questions around how we're going to unite the smaller parties. Talk about Matt King, a Democracy NZ, doing that, the Tauranga by-election. So that's been the key focus here as well, but the conversation has been primarily focused, at least with getting into local council here in Christchurch. So we did hear from some potential candidates. Yeah, that key theme continuing to come through, the concern about uniting these multiple minor parties. That is the Freedom and Rights Coalition Freedom Community Meeting here in Parklands. Thanks everyone for tuning in, really do appreciate it as per usual. Stay safe, stay free. We'll see you again real soon.